Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. Yeah.
I love how prompt you are. I really appreciate that. Sorry to keep you waiting a minute.
Oh, you weren't kidding? I just saw that you were online, so I was like,
Yeah.
if we're both just sitting here, might as well just
No,
start. But
perfect. I was just finishing a production meeting, so
okay. Well, sorry if I interrupted, jumped the gun a little there.
not at all. No, it's really refreshing.
um, so I just wanted to tell you kind of like how I see this moving along, and if
Okay.
there's anything that you want to change, by all
Mhm.
means, go ahead.
Okay.
But basically, I was just thinking that first you could say about how you met Rich and how your relationship developed, and then go into talking about when you two decide to start working on the song and how he brought that up to you, how that came about, the whole process itself, whatever. And then maybe you can just talk a little bit about the competition and um, what it could mean for the artists that are doing it and what it can mean for you as someone who is actively working on it.
Hmm.
And I guess that's it. Whatever you want to add. I mean, I'm just
Okay.
gonna just give you a little prompt and you can just go say
Be the
whatever you
moderator.
want. Is that okay?
That sounds fine. That sounds really clear. Does this the shirt? Do you like the way I look for
Oh yeah,
this?
you look great.
Well, thanks. I'm not fishing. You look very beautiful to yourself. So.
um, and then, well, like I said, feel free to elaborate on anything that you want. This is just a personal preference for me that I asked them to kind of edit out my voice on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I don't know what they'll actually end up doing, but I think that if they're condensing it into, maybe a 3-minute clip, then they don't need to have the sound of me asking you every question. Hopefully, it'll be clear enough, whatever you're saying, that they'll know
Got it.
what you're talking about without having to
Okay.
hear the prompt from me.
Okay, so you're basically asking me a question that's steering me in the right in the direction that you want to guide me so that I can speak about something that you want in the interview.
Yeah.
So, and that hopefully will stand alone without having to have you in it too, even though you bring the cute factor to it, So,
No,
well,
definitely not.
okay, that makes sense.
All right,
I
so
got it. And then if you want me to elaborate on something after I'm saying it, for edit points,
mhm.
just let me know because I'm comfortable with that. So you can just say, can you just elaborate on this one point that you said, and I think we might edit that in. I'll go okay, and then I'll do that. So
Okay.
good.
Oh, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So I guess just you can start off with telling us how you met Rich and how you became friends, how your relationship developed.
Okay. My friend Richard Mancuso, um, we were friends for many, many years, and I met him pretty much right out of high school in Miami, where I grew up. I had just finished high school, graduated early, and went to Miami-Dade Junior College. And I forgot exactly where, but Richard always reminded me where we met. We met actually at Miami-Dade. I think he was there performing, singing, doing a show or something. I don't even remember what it was that he was doing, but I was outside playing my guitar with somebody, and it caught his ear, and he walked by and introduced himself, and we just became friends right there. He asked me if I was open to playing in any bands because he had a band, and I said I would love to, and we got together, and we never looked back. We've been friends until to this day. To the day that Richard died.
So after he asked you about if you were interested in being in a band, can you talk about, I guess, your early life together and what kind of stuff you guys did musically?
So there was a band that Richard had with Mark Iguli, who was the co-writer of the song "Worth It All." That's where that song originated. The two of them wrote that. We used to play original songs like that they had written, and Joni Mitchell songs, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and just not as much rock as sort of folk rock, or um, even some country things. Phoebe Snow, there was like some early jazz influence things that we did, which is really fun for me because I got to meet Phoebe Snow and perform with her years later, and do some of the songs that I had done with Richard and Mark and the band back then. So, but we basically would play anywhere and everywhere that people would have us. And one of the beautiful things about living in a place like Miami is you can do a lot of outdoor concerts, like the one that we're going to be doing uh, coming up for the fundraiser. So it takes me full circle to be able to do an outdoor concert in Florida since I don't live there anymore. But we played at the junior college. We played at other colleges. We played down by the beach. I remember in Hollandale, I think there's the bandstand. I'm not even sure if it's still there, but it was either Hollywood. No, it was probably Hollywood. But there was an outdoor bandstand we had played. We used to play at a health food restaurant called the Garden Restaurant. We played there a lot, and excuse me, we played at the Garden Restaurant a lot, and it was really really fun because they fed us. So um, we would go and play and then have this great meal, and we really look forward to it. And we would pile everything, all the instruments and the PA system into the car, and just whoever had a car, that's how we would just get there and do our songs. And we used to rehearse a lot. It was really like a band. It's where we would get together at somebody's house or apartment, and we would rehearse all day, and then we would stop and make some spaghetti for dinner. Whatever was cheap and easy, and we'd just have this big, a group meal, and then we'd go and rehearse some more and laugh and have fun and learn songs. And we learned how to record together. We would go in studios and make demos, and I have really fond memories.
So how long would you say at that time that you guys were actually playing together? How long did that period last for?
We probably played together. Um, I would say, I don't know. I think maybe 5 or 6 years. I think it's hard to say because it just felt like it never stopped. You know, um, I ended up going away to music school and moved to Boston to go to college, but when I would come back, we would get together and play and write and do things together. So it never really truly ended. So I don't remember how many years, but you know, I remember going to Gainesville when Richard was in college up there. We all drove up there and slept on couches and floors, and we even took a road trip. Um, we took a road trip at one point to go hear Barry Manilow, do a concert. I don't know why. I mean, we all thought he was really great, and he is. Um, but I don't remember if we drove from Gainesville or Miami, but I think it was Miami. And we just again took a road trip and went up and saw this concert. And one of the really cool things about that, and it was great because it was thrilling because you see like a concert. That's what we wanted to do. Was to make records and do concerts. So we went up there and watched it at its best. And it's not the only concert we went to, but that's one I remember in particular because we really went out of our way to do that. And years later, I've gotten to know Barry Manilow. And when I first met him, actually through Melanie, my girlfriend Melanie Taylor, who's singing and who everybody will meet. Melanie was singing with Barry Manilow and dancing for about 5 years. And when I met Barry for the first time, we sat down and talked. And I told him that we got in the car and drove. I said, my friends Richard and Mark and I in the band, we drove up and saw you from Miami. And I remember that, and Barry remembered that concert as well, so it was really fun to share that story with him.
Did you ever, do you recall if you ever played Worth It All when you guys played as a band together?
We did play Worth It All together as a band. They taught me the song, and we used to do it. We would do it in coffee houses and restaurants. It was one of our original songs. So, yeah, we did it all the time.